Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Erik Shoji, professional volleyball player and libero for Team USA. I'm here to react to and analyze different volleyball matches from around the world in hopes of inspiring, educating, and having fun with volleyball nerds just like me from all over the world. So if you love volleyball just as much as I do, subscribe to my channel so you can see my videos every week. Merry Christmas, everyone. I know it's been a long, strange year, but I hope you're having the best day, the best holiday season, spending some time with some family and hopefully some friends. Today, we are gonna be switching it up a little bit. I'm gonna be doing a short Q&A on my channel today, which is why I felt like I should change up the scenery a little bit. This is my apartment and my messy kitchen behind me, but I got a ton of questions on my Instagram, and I'm gonna start from the beginning and look through them and answer your guys' questions about volleyball, pro volleyball, recruiting, USA volleyball. I don't know, we'll see. Let's get into it. All right, let's start from the bottom. All right, Ben_Ritz00 asked, what is the language situation with all these foreign leagues? Yeah, so different countries, different languages, right? And for a lot of Americans, we don't speak another language, so it can be pretty hard. I think depending on what country you go to, there is more of a language barrier or less of a language barrier. So when I played in Berlin, there was hardly a language barrier, and when I play in Russia like now, there's definitely more of a language barrier. So it can be tough, but I've learned, maybe a couple of things in Russian, especially for volleyball, like shak leva, shak prava, step left, step right, watch short, watch deep, little things that help the communication get better. But I'm lucky that on this team, a lot of my teammates speak English, and what's interesting about my team is that my coach is Italian, my assistant coach is Argentinian, my other assistant is Russian but translates Italian to Russian, and then if I don't understand any of it, my Argentinian coach translates from Italian to English. So it's a lot. Timeouts can be really interesting, and on the court is definitely interesting, but it's something you learn to deal with, and it's part of the fun. All right, Liam.Monahan15 asks, I've played outside my whole life, but I'm small and my coach wants me at libero. Any advice? My advice is work to get as many reps as you can in both positions, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So as an outside, obviously it's going to be to your advantage to get passing and defense reps. So take those reps, listen to your coach, but if you can, keep staying in those hitting lines and in hitting practice, because you never know what your team is going to need in the future or what position you're going to play in the future. All right, Caitlin.Noyen asked, was it hard to juggle college and school at the same time? So was it hard to juggle the academics and the volleyball at Stanford at the same time? For me, I always enjoyed being a student athlete. I felt like I had such an easier time with time management and organization and not procrastinating because I was a student athlete. So to me, it made it easier, and I felt like that was my advantage as a student was to be an athlete, because I had to manage my time that much better. So it can be hard, especially when you travel and when you have to take tests on the road, or you have to study on the road, and you have to have study hall on the road and different things like that. And it can be challenging, but for me, it forced my organization to get better, and I feel really lucky that I was a student athlete at Stanford. All right, these names, I don't know, this is gonna be a struggle. E.Bailazova asked, favorite moment in Vacal. So many great moments here. This is my third year on the team, and I feel so lucky to be on this team with great guys and great coaches and a great organization, and I've really had no problems pretty much in 3 years, so that's pretty lucky. Favorite moment on the court, I think we won our Champions League pool last year, which was really exciting before it got shut down. My first year we got the bronze medal in Russia, and we weren't really favored to get third, and we beat a St. Petersburg team that was honestly picked to be first or second in the league, so that was an awesome thing for that season. Favorite moment off the court, anytime that I can get a coffee or a drink or lunch or dinner with teammates, for me is fun, because it just shows that they are willing to put in the time to hang out with me, and I think those are the moments when you truly create friendships, and I know that I have a lot of great friends on this team now because I'm willing and they're willing to have these moments with me, even though the language might be a little bit tough sometimes. Okay, Alvaro_Copa asks, would love to know what it's like between seasons. Is it hard to switch teams? So what I think he's referring to is that after every professional season where I'm playing in Russia, I switch back to Team USA. And then when the Team USA season is finished, maybe September, October, I go back overseas to a different country, to Russia or wherever I signed a contract. So it can be really difficult to change teams and to transition from one to the next, especially if it's your first year in a different country or in a different team where you don't know anyone, you don't know the city, you don't know where the grocery stores are, you don't know where to drive, you don't even know where practice is. So it can be tough to transition, but usually there's going to be people there that are willing to help you and kind of get through those first couple of rough weeks or so. I think transitioning from club to Team USA isn't as hard because I know everyone and they're all my friends and we've played together for a pretty long time and there's no language barrier. So it can be interesting, it's fun and challenging and definitely just part of the journey. So this is a pretty general question, and a lot of people are asking it, just like best tips for being a libero. And I think I'm not someone that wants to reinvent the wheel. I think it's pretty obvious. You just need to practice, you guys. Get in the gym if you can, even at home against a wall or outside in a park or at the beach, and get a lot of reps passing, defense, setting, communication. That's what we do as liberos. So you're gonna have to put in a lot of work. I'm someone that I don't have like something super special that I do. I just practice a lot, and I practiced a lot when I was younger. So put in the work, watch a lot of video, find a player that you like, and try to put that into your work as well. All right, _ZAJC, I don't know how to say that, asks, will Stanford bring back men's volleyball? Oof. So for those of you who don't know, in June or July, I believe Stanford University cut 11 sports citing COVID and financial reasons. And unfortunately, men's volleyball was one of them. So ever since then, there have been an amazing group of alumni and athletes and donors and high-profile athletes fighting Stanford and trying to bring back those 11 sports. And I'm not exactly sure where the fight is right now. I know a lot of money is being raised for the sports and specifically for men's volleyball. So we'll have to see. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm hoping they bring it back. For me, it was such a special time, and I know I'm heartbroken for the current athletes and future recruits that we're gonna have that amazing time there. So in the meantime, follow at Save Stanford MVB. That's their Instagram, where you can learn more about it. You can raise awareness, hopefully make a pledge, make a donation if you guys can. That would be super, super awesome. And we'll just have to see, but I'll keep you guys posted. All right, TDC Grasa 225, did I say that right? Asked pros and cons of playing overseas. Ooh, this is a good one. There are a lot of pros and cons, and I'll just say, ultimately, if you want to play overseas and you can, you should go. I mean, it's so awesome and challenging, and you're gonna grow so much as a player and a person. But there are some cons. I think obviously you're away from home from 6 to 7 to 8 months, away from families and friends, and you're gonna miss out on, some good things like birthdays and weddings, and you might miss, some bad things like family deaths where you can't be with your family, and those things really do suck. But I think that the positives, the pros of being overseas definitely outweigh the cons. You're gonna challenge yourself in volleyball, you're gonna experience a new culture, you're gonna grow as a person, you're gonna maybe learn a new language, and you're just gonna become stronger. I truly believe that as a person, and those positives are absolutely gonna outweigh the negatives. I know they have for me, and playing overseas for the last 9 years really has helped me grow as a player and a person, and has just been the best experience for me. Knowing myself when I was younger, just the best experience to grow and just be ready for life, hopefully, after volleyball. How tall am I? 6 feet. I know I look super short next to the giants on the court, but I'm not that short, am I? All right, Lady Robin M asks, who's the funniest person on Team USA? We have a lot of funny people. I think a lot of my teammates would say Max Hull, and he is funny, but it's a different humor for me, and most of the time, honestly, I just don't get his jokes. Like, he'll say something and people are laughing, and I'm pretty honest with him. I'll just be like, Max, I don't get it. Like, I think it was funny, but I just didn't get it, so I'm sorry. But I think like my humor is more like Garrett Mwagatutia, Ben Patch, Taylor Sander, sometimes Micah Christensen, depending on the day. But we have a lot of funny guys. It just depends on like what your humor is. All right, Valley_18_WBN asked, what's your favorite Russian word and how do you like Russia? Well, I like Russia. I mean, this is my 4th year here. It's a completely different world from where I grew up in Hawaii. I mean, it's cold and snowy and pretty dark out right now, but it's something that has grown on me. I really enjoy the volleyball here. I enjoy my teammates and my club and my coaches. And honestly, just like finding different restaurants and cafes and spending time in Moscow was pretty cool. So I really do enjoy Russia, and it's definitely a special place for me and has a very special place in my heart. Now, my favorite words, I can definitely not say them on camera right now. They're all the bad words, and to me they're like super strong and like sound super Russian, but those are the ones I know, unfortunately. I feel like everyone learns the swear words in a different language first, and that's the case for me. All right, Timothy Mac 44 asked, when did you start contacting agents to play pro after college? So as a college athlete, you can't sign with an agent or with a team until you finish your career. So the moment your last ball falls, your last match ends, you can sign. And that was pretty much the case for me. I remember some agents talking at the NCAA banquet at the Final Four, which I was not playing in. And that was like my first contact with an agent. And then maybe 1 or 2 months later, I signed a contract. So it was pretty fast after my career finished. C. Hayes Long asked, did I play in high school? Yes, I played for Punahou High School in Hawaii, and then I went to Stanford, graduated in 2012, and I've been playing pro since. All right, Chai T asked, what do you think are the biggest factors separating college players and pro players? Well, first of all, I like your name. Second, I think the biggest thing is just being mature and at your physical peak and being stronger. I think in college, we're not like full-grown men yet, and now as professionals, I'm playing against people from 20 to like 35, maybe 40. So these are full-grown human beings who are strong and powerful and can jump. So I think as a pro, the ball is just coming faster, it's coming higher, it's coming stronger. And that's one thing that separates pro from college. I think the other thing is just simply ball control. Most players on a pro level just have really, really good ball control, and it's better than college. And that goes for all positions, no matter who you are, how tall you are, how short you are. You'll see some plays in pro that are just gonna be a little bit better quality than they are in college, simply because we've practiced more and the ball control in general is just a little bit better. Oh, this is a good question. Sumangid the third. Gosh, these names, I'm sorry. What was the biggest challenge for you when you first started playing pro? Well, my first season was in Germany, about 2 hours south of Berlin in Mitteldeutschland. I think the first thing was just being away from family and friends. It was the first time I had lived alone, and FaceTime wasn't huge. I didn't have like a great internet connection because I lived in a hotel. So just being alone, like having all the time in the world to myself was hard, and not being in constant contact with family and friends was pretty challenging. And then I think the other thing was being super disciplined with my work ethic and my nutrition. I wasn't someone that like understood it all and knew the benefits of it all. And all I wanted to eat that first year, I felt like, was Burger King and ramen. I mean, I don't know, that's what I like to eat. So it was challenging for me to try to like snap out of that and to learn and grow and to be better in those aspects. Okay, Josh Dewitt8 asked, why does Hawaii produce a lot of good volleyball players? Yes, I do feel like we produce a lot of good volleyball players. I'm very proud to be from Hawaii, the 808. I think it's just a way of life in Hawaii. The men's and women's teams for the University of Hawaii are huge. My dad used to be the coach for 42 years. And it's just part of our culture. You'll see volleyball at the beach, in the parks, in the gyms every night. So people just grow up watching it and loving it and playing it. And for those reasons, we've produced players like, Robin Amo, Lindsey Berg, Clay Stanley, John Stanley, I guess myself, Kavika, who else is there? Micah Ma'a, Micah Christensen, beach players, Tri Bourne, the Crab brothers, McKibben brothers, the Wong brothers, Sean Scott, Mike Lambert. So many great volleyball players, all from Hawaii. So I'm super proud to be from Hawaii and to be representing us in the world of volleyball. All right, Jason Christensen Pinto asked, who would be jamming out to Ariana Grande amongst any of your teammates? I mean, all of us, most of us have a very big range of music we listen to. I would not be surprised if that came on in our team bus and most of us knew the words and started dancing. That's just the team we are, and there's no shame. We love it. All right, underscore Lopez Z Jr. asked, who is your favorite volleyball player? I mean, that's impossible to answer. I feel like it's a combination of Kavika Shoji, Taylor Sander, Micah Christensen, Garrett Moraga Tatia, Robin Amo, Lindsey Berg, and Logan Tom. Does that count as an answer? I mean, probably like 70% Logan Tom and the rest 30%. I don't know. I love so many volleyball players. Okay, official underscore Seb34 asked, when you lose an important game, how do you recover? That's a great question and something that I think all volleyball players and athletes have gone through. Not all of us win every single game, I don't think. I think personally I recover by, first of all, I like to reflect on the match and think about it and hurt and just be okay with not being okay with the loss. And I'll do that for maybe one night or a couple of hours. And then I like to get back to work. I like to watch video, learn from the mistakes, learn from the video, what I can do better, and then go back to work. So it's a combination of reflecting on the game, watching video, getting back to work, and then, trying to be prepared for the next game. All right, more libero questions. Sean Puffy asked, what is the main skill to focus on when it comes to wanting to be a great libero? Any tips on how? I mean, again, it's pretty simple. Passing, defense, setting. Just get in the gym, work with your coaches, figure out how to improve, watch a lot of video, find your favorite libero or player, implement that into your own game if you can, and reps, work. Pretty simple. How did I get into volleyball? Well, I said my dad was the coach for the University of Hawaii for 42 years. So I basically was like born into the gym, went there as a kid almost every day, traveled out to a lot of road trips, went to every match, and that's how I got into it. I knew that I was passionate about volleyball from a super young age because I was in the gym from a super young age, and I guess I just grew from there. All right, Thomas Ochalik asked, if you were way taller, would you still play libero? I mean, probably. I love playing libero. It's what I do, it's what I try to perfect, and it's part of my personality. So probably if I was like 6'3", I would still play libero. Maybe after that, I would try to change positions. I don't know. Okay, Riley.McAllister_VB asked, what age did you start playing volleyball? I mean, I was in the gym constantly when I was younger, but competitively, I think I was 7 on like random teams. My first junior nationals was when I was 9, which was pretty young. Darcy Shan asked, what's your favorite outdoor activity in winter in Russia? None. I don't go outside, really. I walk to the car. That's always pretty adventurous if it's icy out. I walk to the bus, I walk to the hotels, I walk to the gyms. Like from the car, there's not much going on out here. And today, where I play my games, it's minus 48, so I'm not going outside there. Timothy, wait, can I read? Timon_Noyen Fuok. Oh, I'm sorry guys, these names. Asked, is it ever too late to start playing? No! Get out, find a friend, go to the gym, go to the beach, go to the parks, find someone to play volleyball with, ask to pepper, ask to warm up. It's so much fun, you guys, never too late. Start playing volleyball. Interesting question. Burnham_Bustillos asked, which Team USA player is the best at beach? At beach volleyball, ooh. We don't really play a lot of beach, which is interesting because we just don't have a lot of time. But I would say Taylor Sander is probably the best. His jumping ability doesn't get worse in the sand. It's weird. It stays the same as if he's on a court, and he's just an all-around great volleyball player. So I think it's him. Probably. All right, food for you, food for me. I like that name. Who is your favorite Stanford player not named Kavika? Why would you assume it's Kavika? You love to play with. Oh, God. I feel so lucky that I loved so many of my teammates, and we're still friends, and we still have group chats, and we still text and FaceTime. I think my entire class, the class of 2012, was awesome. Some of my best friends. And those people not in my class, some of my best friends in life were on the team. Spencer McLaughlin, Jordan Inafuku, Brad Lawson, who was in my class. So, I don't know, so many of them. I think that's why we were a pretty good team, is that we just had great team chemistry and spent a lot of time together on and off the court. I don't know, I can't give you an answer, all of them. Giannis.Gertis asked, friends from the USA women's national team. Yes, I have friends on the USA women's national team. What's interesting is that we train side by side with them. So they have 4 courts on one side, we have 4 courts on the other side. We share like a training room, a weight room, a meal room. So we overlap a lot with them, and we also spend time with them outside of the gym sometimes. So I would say some of my best friends are Jordan Larson, Faluka Akinwadewo, Lauren Carlini, who I spent a lot of time with in Moscow last season because she was playing there. So I have a lot of good friends, and it's really cool to like spend time with them and to see them in tournaments and like at the Olympics and stuff. All right, Aaron Gracio, I don't know if I'm saying that right, asked, best crowd you've ever played with or in front of. Oof, so many, and they're all different actually. It's like Poland has a lot of people and they're loud, but they're like very intelligent about volleyball. Japan, they're super polite, but it's like 12,000 people. Brazil is insane to play in. It's like always 12,000 people dancing and singing and chanting. And it's like scary, but also super fun. And I think one of the gnarliest environments was Iran. I mean, it was like 12,000 people screaming with like horns, and we couldn't even hear ourselves play. We were fake like screaming, fake cheering, fake communicating, and a lot of people had earplugs in because there was no like point in trying to scream and waste energy. So I would say there's so many awesome crowds in the world of volleyball. I think the most intimidating and crazy one was probably Iran. Ashley.Guayo asked, who's given you the worst headshot? Well, I think it's Grosier from Germany. He played in St. Petersburg 2 years ago and just nailed me straight in the face. And it hurt. And I felt like I might have had a mini concussion, and I just was like out of the game. And that one was bad. I was on the ground for probably a good minute. So that one wasn't very fun. Thanks, George. All right, Murphy Troy asked, what does Team USA need to do to win gold in 2021? Oof. Play amazing volleyball. I think it's going to be such an insane competition and tournament for so many teams. There's so many great teams that can win gold next year. We have to practice really hard and play well, and our timing has to be on, and we have to fight together and come together. I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it, but all things need to be going and strong and together, and honestly have the right timing and be playing the best volleyball we can at that moment. All right, Brooke Billings, former Team USA player, asked, what's the game plan with your body? Won't allow you to be the best anymore. Okay, USC, what's the grammar going on there? Just kidding. I think he's asking what I want to do after my body starts to suck and I finish playing volleyball. Well, I think I want to try my hand at coaching and for college. I know that I love teaching and coaching young players when I'm home doing clinics and private lessons and group lessons. It's so much fun for me, and I love, kind of giving back and teaching the young players of today. So I think when I'm finished, I want to transition into college volleyball, coaching and working my way up, and then hopefully being a head coach one day. All right, a couple more. All right, VBTE_CH8316 asked, who is the better ping pong player, me or Kavika? Well, I overall, like in years and years of ping pong, have more wins than Kavika. That is without a doubt. But I think Kavika won like the last couple of times, but it's been a couple of years. But me in like the lifetime and better the last couple of times, Kavika. All right, last question. Jessica.U.EQ asks, what has been the most rewarding part about volleyball for me? Ooh, that is a really tough question. I don't know where my life would be without volleyball, and I feel so fortunate that I've been able to meet so many people, play on some incredible teams, and travel to so many amazing places. The most rewarding part, I think, has just been, and this sounds honestly a little corny, just meeting and becoming friends with so many people from around the world through volleyball and playing with them. I've played in 4 different countries now, 9 seasons, I think 6 or 5 teams. And from each of those teams, I have some really awesome, special friends who I still keep in contact with to this day. So Volleyball has allowed me to meet so many people, so many great friends and mentors and people that I look up to and find inspiration in and learn from, that my life would be completely different without them. So volleyball has done that for me. I'm so fortunate. I feel so lucky and have made so many incredible friends along the way. All right, guys, I think that was the last question. I hope I got to a lot of your guys' questions, and I'll be doing more of these in the future. So get those questions out, and hopefully I can answer more and more in the next one. But I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Get out, play some volleyball if you can with your family and friends today. Have some fun, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.